Wake up, motherfucker. Wake up, motherfucker.
Hello. I guess Easter time is already fourth, but it's still third. Man. All right, February 3rd, 2026. Let's get to it. Let's get to the thing. We're back on the Urban Landlord. I was streaming in my own channels on Kick and YouTube, so sub to GetCrack to me. So we were suspended for 2 weeks on this main channel, but we're back. All right, guys. So we covered a lot of things in the past 2 weeks. A lot of activity has been happening, so I'm not sure if you caught those streams, but I told you what was going to happen before it happened. I have receipts. I can clip out everything I said, And what did I say last night? I said short semiconductors, long oil. And what happened today? Oil went up, semiconductors went down. So is this the start of a new trend, though? Or is it just a day trade? That's the question everyone's got to be asking themselves. All right, let's get to it. Let's see where we're at. Okay, Bitcoin had a bounce right here at 72,900. It's orange line. Let's see why I put that orange line on here. It was the previous top in March of 2024. Okay. So we bounced off of there. This will be a temporary bounce. So you could have shorted in the morning, went long in the afternoon. I use MSTR. Okay, so you can short this thing and you can long this thing. Let's look at a shorter time period chart here. So the last resistance support level was 139.60 something cents. We opened just above it and we started crashing right below. You should have shorted right there, did a day trade. Once you saw it stopped here, you would have went long. We can keep going long into tomorrow. All right, so you could use inverse ETFs like MSTX, MSTZ, whatever. So MSTZ for the short, and then you flip over to MSTX for the long. Okay, that's it. That's all you had to do today. What else? I had leftover gold longs from, I guess, Thursday or whatever. So last Thursday or Friday? Oh, Friday. Okay. So yeah, I shorted gold with using GDXD. Then I flipped to GDXU for long, and I got out of it in the morning. I'm not sure what we're going to do. So the thumbnail and the title of the stream was, are we in a big trading range for gold and silver? So using GDXU and GDXD, you can trade this gold and silver play because gold miners pretty much acts like silver anyway. So they kind of are tied together. And I think we're going to bounce around in this area. If you look at silver is more pronounced. Okay. So let's see. Let me get this. Not this. Come on. Give me the silver futures. Right here. So this area. So somewhere between $71 per troy ounce into 100. I think we're just going to zigzag through here before we continue on. Whether it's to continue going down again or going up, I don't know. I don't really care. I think there's a lot of people that are interested still in buying silver. So there will be people fighting back and forth in this area, which is great for trading during the day. And that's what you should be doing. You should just be trading during the day in this volatile environment. And that's all you should do to make money. If you listen to my last stream, so look in the description, you can see my stream last night. I talk about how you would strategize on making money over a quarter. All you need is a very few percentage points. Make a lot of trades, compound it. So every time you make money, you put all of that money back into making another trade. So let's say you do like a 5% each trade. You look for high quality, actionable trades, meaning like you don't trade everything you see. You just trade what is high probability and a good chance of making a good percentage on each trade. So that's why if you did MSTR shorts today, let's say MSTZ, right? Okay, so let's say on the open, you got in, okay, would have made like about 16%, 18%, right? One trade, that's good enough. And then you would have reversed, flipped out, and took that money and went the other direction and went long. So you would have went MSTX during the day. So that's why I didn't stream today. There was a lot of action going on in the markets during the day, which is great. I don't do futures. All the action that was done on Sunday to Monday morning, that sucked because by the time it opened, there was nothing to do. But today was great. Today was great. You see that? You could have got like another 6% going back the other way, 8%. If you got exact the bottom, I don't know if you did get the exact bottom. You don't need to get the exact bottom, exact top. You just need a few percentage points each direction. You put your money, you make your profit, you put it back, you make your profit again. You keep going zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. You do a lot of them and you'll make your money, okay? And you can turn $1,000 into 22 something thousand dollars if you are consistent. Consistency is the key. You don't need to do every trade. You gotta be consistent, take good trades, get in, get out, make your money, keep building, and then after that, you're done, right? And then you reset your account back to the original amount and then keep doing that zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. And that's how you do it. That's how if you want to do this kind of trading, you'll do that. From last year, from April, I didn't need to do that because the direction of the stock market went up. The probability of anything going up is higher. I don't need to do this. But when you're at the point where the market is changing, people are moving out of technology into something else like oil, materials, aluminum, steel, then you have this nice action where the market is very volatile and you can trade it. And then after it stops being that way, then you stop trading and you go back to doing more long-term trades or whatever, where you go over 3 months instead of doing like this, where you do every year. So you are adjusting your way of getting money based on the market. I'm not here going like, I need to do day trading every day. No, if the market is in the condition for day trading, I will do day trading. If the market is in a condition to do swing trading, I'll do swing trading. If the market is in a condition to not do anything, I just buy and hold, I'll buy and hold. That's it. You adapt. You are human, you adapt. Otherwise, AI can do this and you are obsolete, right? So this is what AI can't do for now. This is the question. Can AI do the same thing as we're doing here? You know, AI can definitely help because it can do a lot of the grunt work for you. And this is what I'm wondering. And things are improving so much that like a lot of the stuff I'm doing, I can probably just make AI do. And I think from now on, this year, we're going to make like rules and conditions, put them in some kind of notepad, feed it into AI and make AI do it instead. And if it can do that, then we're great. But, you know, it depends on the data set, right? That's the key here. What is the data? Okay, so I'm going to look at MSTR again because I'm going to show you this is what happened here. I did not get a short yesterday, okay? I could have because this was perfect because it went all the way to this 18 moving average and started sliding back down. You don't want to see that because look at this. You have a lot of volume. You barely push MSTR up. And then all of a sudden you give it all the way back with less volume. That means this was worthless. This was basically people selling into this area and coming back down. So once you see red in the morning, the next day, and it went below this level, you can just probably go like, yep, I'm going to short because it's probably going to puke even further because nobody yesterday was buying it. So I know today is going to be easy to sell. Now, if we look at Bitcoin, it already hit a major resistance. So that's why you're not going to short anymore, because by the time you look at the Bitcoin chart around 18 hours London time, we bounce. So at that point, yeah, you have to close your short. So around here, right? Just about an hour before, 2 hours before the close. So that's why I couldn't stream. The whole day was good. All right, when do you switch from pivot point to the other? What timeline? It depends on the condition of the market. Right now, the market is very volatile, so you got to change really quickly. If it was stable, you don't need to do that. Okay, and that's the question people like have to figure out, because what is the condition of the market? It changes all the time. And one way to do that is with the here, I'll show you. Gamma flip line. So if you look at the options market, like there's a gamma level being set by the dealers. So the market makers set the game plan ahead of time. In order for a market to be liquid, they have to be able to sell shares to people that want to buy and buy back shares that people want to sell. And there's a level where all this stuff starts flipping. So bar chart, let me see. I use bar chart, I guess, because it's free. I mean, you could pay money to have like other more accurate data, but bar chart's good enough for me. I think that's enough. And you can see like here, the gamma flip line is still around 695. And today we went below it. So that's why you saw a lot of selling, because once you get below this level, when selling intensifies, the dealers, the brokers, the market makers, all these guys have a tendency to sell more to people to get out. So that's it. They're just going to sell more and more. Once you get above it, they'll only sell when you get too high, and they'll start selling. So this kind of moderates the effect. So essentially, that's why they call it stair step up, elevator down. So it's once you go below it, it's easy for things to get worse very quickly. Okay, selling begets more selling. So you can read that here. So positive gamma, when price is above gamma flip point, dealers are considered net long gamma, often from calls. And we talked about this last year when I talked about options a little bit. So even if you don't use options or play options, you have to understand that this market is driven by options, because actually the derivatives market is quite large. The derivatives market is actually much larger than the actual stock market. So buying and selling stock is not what's driving the market. The buying and selling and positioning of options is what drives the market, and futures. So derivatives are options, futures. So these things that people probably don't think about or even use, the layman probably never use any of this stuff, but this drives the price of the overall market. So the S&P is the big boy here. A lot of people just buy the SPY ETF, and actually that can drive a lot of the market. So you would think like, well, this is what they call the tail wags the dog, right? So you would think the options and futures derive from actual prices of the stock market. No, because now people play so much in futures and options to hedge what they actually own. So I could buy a lot of Apple stock, but I'll hedge with options and futures. So they'll use futures to protect themselves overnight. You can't buy and sell options like before like 2 hours before it opens or some shit like that. I think some brokers allow you to buy and sell options like an hour, 30 minutes before the open and 30 minutes after the close. But in general, if I'm afraid of China and Europe or some kind of crazy event, I hedge with futures. So I could actually have stocks, but I'll hedge my whole portfolio using futures. And because this thing is so large now, people use so many futures and options that actually drives the market. See? So this is why it's the tail is actually wagging the dog. It's no longer the dog wagging the tail, because the options market is so huge. Actually, the options started in the 1980s. Options weren't even a thing until the 1980s, and that's why the 1987 crash happened, because like all the options started like blowing up their computers or something. That's when computerized trading started too, around the same time. Anyway, when price is below gamma flip point, dealers are considered net short gamma, often from puts, which means they will sell as prices fall and buy as prices rise, amplifying price swings and increasing volatility. When this happens, you day trade. You're not an investor anymore. It's better to day trade. When it's above, you don't care. You are an investor. So from April up until October, we were clearly in a time when you are in a positive gamma. So you don't need to do anything. You just shut your eyes and be dumb and buy the dip. Buy the dip. The dealers take care of it. Now we're going into an era where the dealers will sell into a selling. So if it goes down 1%, like today, by the end of the day, it's 2% going down. So if it gets worse and worse like we are now, you'll see days where we drop 4% pretty easily, 6%, 7%, 8%, until like there's like a circuit breaker event. So that's it. That's it. Yeah. This is how I make my money nowadays. When to assess when to switch from, you have to look at the charts and study the resistance levels and all that, and also look at Bitcoin, because Bitcoin itself has its own resistance and support levels. So you have to be aware of them, and then once you are aware of them, pay attention to how the candles look. So I'm looking at 78-minute here, but once you're day trading, you got to go smaller, right? You got to go 15, 3 minute, 1 minute, 1 second, whatever. I don't go below 3 minutes. 3 minutes is good enough. But you can see like here, so this was yesterday, right? It made a top, and then with this 15-minute chart, you see it's below the 418 moving average, and you just see it's going down, and then today it opens like this, right? It opens like this, and you're like, ooh, I'm gonna short. So you're gonna short here somewhere, and you can see like it's trying to make it way back here, and then it just continues down, right? Because this is the last significant green candle, and it reverses right away with these two candles. You're like, well, I'm sitting pretty. I don't need to do nothing. I'll just wait until see where the real bottom is. By the time it gets here, you see this is the next green candle. So between here and here was your meat, and by that time you see the next several candles, 15-minute candles, it's not going down any further, and it's like already improving. You're already like, I'm going to go long then until the rest of the day and get out. So then I can go long for a little bit, get some money from here, and then I close my position. Or you could hold some or all of it for the next day, because I think Bitcoin will go up in the next day, and then I'll get out of the rest of my position and move on and try to find a new trade to make tomorrow. I don't know. AMD is down 8%, so I'll probably take all that money and pour more of it into more shorts in semiconductors. So SOXS, let's see. Okay, it moved from 1.8 all the way to 2. I think it can hold. If it breaks out here and goes above 2 tomorrow pretty strongly, I'll just buy more of SOXS. Keep shorting this sucker into Google. I don't know. Google might be a problem, but maybe during the day I'll get a good trade and get out before Google. But if if it's really strong, I might hold some of it into Google's earnings and Qualcomm and ARM and all that going into Thursday. And then after Thursday, we only have Amazon, right? But like I said, this is like shorts aren't really a priority. The real long was oil. You see this? UwU was 9%. So I told you to get UwU yesterday, right? Late night. I said, like, buy oil. So if you bought UwU in the morning, you're up 9% at the end of the day. And I bet you tomorrow, when we have like ConocoPhillips, Shell, in the coming days, they'll have earnings. This thing will keep going up, and we're done here. I think this is the new ETF to play, leverage ETF for the rest of the year. I think oil will be very good for the rest of the year. Not silver, not gold. That's done. That's played out. That was last year's news. The next year's news is oil. and steel, aluminum, maybe those will take over from. I'm looking at uranium. I'm trying to think if uranium is really going to play out. It recovered a bit with oil, with the silver and gold, but it kind of follows too much silver and gold for my liking. I rather let silver and gold figure itself out first before I'm really serious about uranium in 2026. Uranium was fine in 2025 going into 2026, but like the way it's acting now, it's sort of like, well, same thing with lithium, same problem. Lithium I want to put more into, and uranium, but it follows too much the silver right now. Okay, so got some, yeah, yep. Oh, you did MSFD, yeah, you can do that too. Micron has a short ETF, but it's only 1x. You could have done that, like Micron DD or something. I don't know. Yeah, there's only a 1x. If there was a 2x, that'll be good. But even a 1x short Micron might be enough, because if Micron just unwinds really, because like Micron doesn't report until way later. Micron will take about 1.5 months to report. If there's enough bad news in semiconductors, this thing could drop real far in micro. I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing. That's close to April. April Fool's Day. If it was closer to May, I might consider that kind of move. But because this thing is still way before the new Fed chief appears, I don't know. Semiconductors might not be recovering that quickly. So depending on how it drops with semiconductors, you're done. You're toast. But gold itself, yeah, I think you can trade this. You can trade this thing, go up and down, because it's still above these moving averages for the miners. It's still good. Like the trend is still intact. This looks nasty, right? This looks very nasty, but compare that to this green candle. This is what started the move up back in April. So this was huge. And then this set the tone for it to move up. And now this will set the tone for it to go. What? Does it go sideways or does it go down? Right? I think it's going to go sideways for several months. I don't think this is over. I don't think it's just going to collapse. It has to, like, we have to see more reason for it to collapse. Maybe the Japanese elections might do it. So I'll wait for Monday. But for now, just assume that you can day trade this every day. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So, but any actionable plan for saying like, oh yeah, I think this is gonna go some direction in the coming months? No, I don't have a clue. All I can say is like, at least it'll go sideways. If you think like you can short it and then wait for next week for it to crash even further, no, I don't think I have enough information to give that kind of thing. Maybe Samantha LeDuc has some. You can go, like, you can pay subscription to her, and like she knows way more better than I do about all this stuff. Mud, yeah, mud. I think it's mud, right? I put mud up. Every time they make like a new ETF like this, you have to be concerned. That means the market is like, oof, stupid. Really dumb. Okay, let's look at the earnings. Stocks for this week. So Teradyne, still good. So this semiconductor AI-ish, robotics-ish stock did good, but NXPI, nope. Fabrinet, nope. But Lumentum had earnings after the close, and this was up maybe 8% or something. So this might still go up, might carry a little bit, but does it translate into Google? I don't know. SMCI up maybe 5%, 6%, 8%, I forgot, but that did well. Enphase, so solar company, one of the major ones, was up 20% after earnings. So this thing is still good. So one of the things about low interest rates is if we get a rate cut, solar energy stocks will go up. Okay, so these things need a lot of debt, so it's easy for it to go up. So it doesn't matter about politics, honestly, with the solar companies after a certain point, because it already got a lot lower into Trump, right? So you see this action here after Biden got elected, and then when Trump started like coming in, it got even worse and worse, but we got back to a low that was in COVID time. So you see this action here, this is just reflexivity. It has nothing to do with actual results. It doesn't matter if solar is going to make it or not. It's just because it's just way oversold, it bounces back up. If we have low interest rates in the coming year, then this is easily will go up even further just because there's low interest rates. Doesn't mean these companies are good. It's just because they're just too cheap. So people are looking for places to run into. Everything is a competition about money, right? If I have a lot of tech stocks in semiconductors and software, and those stocks are starting to go down, I'm looking for places to park my money. They'll just park it in here just because it's a good place to park because the stock is going up. It has nothing to do with fundamentals. I never believe in fundamentals, all right? It's all about like people's psychology. That's it. What do you think? A chart of COPN. All right, let's see. COPN. Oh, it's pharmaceuticals. Oh, man. You got to talk to Martin Shkreli, man. That's a good chart, yeah. But it's probably like really all news driven, right? Because it's like nobody has any news here. And then all of a sudden news. Yeah, this stuff is like, but yeah, this is good. This probably follows with XBI. So if we have small caps, biotech growing, then sure, I think they'll make this thing go up even higher quite easily. And it's already starting to approach this level. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see how this resolves, right? Like we got a lot of volume here, but not much action. Compared to this one here where we had like 2 levels. Okay, well, we'll see. All right, I'll keep this one in mind. All right, let me put that on a list to look at next week. See how next week fares for these guys. Okay. All right, anything else? Okay, this is bad news. So NVO, I guess, Ozempic and Wegovy, those drug companies did diet pills or whatever, didn't. I thought they were like reporting earnings later. I don't know what the heck. Okay, fine. I guess it was today. Yeah, it's down 14.6 back in this box, and then Eli Lilly was following with it. Did Eli Lilly already report? No, that's tomorrow in the morning. Okay, watch this one too. I don't know. That's not good. I guess we're done, huh? With the diet pills. I guess that's it. It was already over in August. You started seeing this thing move down. Yeah, so if it can't hold here at 46, if it drops back below it, I guess we're gonna crash back to 2018 levels. Huh? It's kind of like Moderna. Like once COVID ended, it was just over, right? You go up to 2021, and then it's like, okay, you already made your money on vaccines. Now you're just like on a slow path into the bottom here. And we did this range, and I think like if this thing touches 37 and can hold it, yeah, Moderna probably can follow up. Moderna's probably on its way up. So diet pills are going on its way down, but cancer vaccines are on the way up. All right, let's go for it. So we'll see. So there's a lot of things with the pharmaceutical companies. I probably will have to watch Martin Shkreli. Whether it's true or not is another story. There's hype. Hype is good enough. If there's hype, pump. Go. That's it. That's all we. Perfect. That's all I need. I just need hype, and I can ride it for a few quarters. Perfect. That's all I care about. So let's see, TMC. How is this one doing? No, this candle was terrible last week, so we're still stuck here. Nothing new here. I have to work this out some other time. So tomorrow we'll have Coherent, CORHR. We got Google. Okay, we got ARM. We have Qualcomm. We got Snapchat. Okay, and O'Reilly, I guess. And we got some others like ELF and EL, so ELF and Estee Lauder, 2 makeup companies. So I'm curious to see how makeup is doing. Usually if makeup companies stop making money, then we got trouble. We got trouble in the overall economy. All right. Okay, that's it. That's it for now. All right, with that, let's see what else. Let me take a break for a while. Let me take a break. I want to promote Universal Jones's new series of videos. So he's going to start talking about the Boyd, all right? He's going to start talking about the Boyd. We got a lot of things coming down the pipeline in terms of content. So we're going to take over some psychology here. So let me play this. Let me play this. Let me play this one.
You know, maybe get a psych degree and work in a research department.
Do you have a psychology degree?
Well, you're the one who wants to create this label.
Do you have a psychology degree?
You're the one who wants to come up with mental illnesses.
Do you have a degree in psychology?
You're the one who wants to come up with mental illnesses.
Do you have a degree in psychology? I'll do this all night, Grace. You can do this. Do you have a degree in psychology? Yes or no?
You're the one who wants to.
Do you have a degree in psychology?
You're the one who
wants to. Do you have a degree in psychology? Simple question.
You want to come up with.
Do you have a degree in psychology?
Only a psychologist.
Just answer the question. It's okay. Do you have a degree in psychology?
Only a psychologist.
Do you have a degree in psychology?
Only a psychologist.
I'm just asking you. Do you have a degree in psychology?
Only a psychologist.
Do you have a degree in psychology?
Do
you have a degree in psychology?
Only a psychologist.
Do you have a degree in psychology?
Only a psychologist.
Do you have a degree in psychology?
Only a psychologist can.
All right, I'm gonna try other methods here. It's not a big question. Do you have a degree in psychology?
Are you gonna let me finish?
I'm going to let you answer. I have been letting you answer. Do you? It's. There's no possible other answer than yes or no.
Fine, I'll answer if you let me finish.
You need to answer first, and then you can say whatever you want.
Okay. So no.
Okay.
Only a second. Wait, I'm finishing. I'm finishing. Wait. I'm finishing. Wait. I'm finishing what I'm saying.
But you did answer no.
Don't be a worm. Don't act like a spineless little worm.
Because I bounced you.
Don't act like a spineless worm.
Right. Okay.
Let me finish.
Hold on a second. I'm just saying.
Shut the flap trap. Shut the flap trap. Take the flap trap and shut it.
You answered no.
Shut it.
You answered no.
Shut it. Shut it.
Because I bounced you.
It's time to shut the flap trap.
No. Okay.
It's time to shut it.
So Universal Jones is going to start a series on talking about the Boyd. He has some kind of psych degree. I think he's working on his PhD. So let's hear his first episode right here.
Boyd, watch the pattern. For shaping to one cohesive track. Bottom of YouTube. B-O-Y-T, bottom of YouTube, static in the air, truth in the booth. B-O-Y-T, watch what you consume, watch the pattern, don't become the fumes. Bottom of YouTube, static in the air, truth in the booth, receipts on the screen, rumors on loop, clicks turn to crowds, crowds turn to proof. Down in the feed where the masks fall through, everybody.
Welcome to Boyd. I'm Universal Jones. And in this series, we're going to cover something very fascinating, an observation, something that I've also participated in, and something that's happening that I don't think many people are really understanding or even focused on. This concept of Boyd, bottom of YouTube. It is a blend of in real life online life, and when these two things merge and collide, and what can happen. I think that we're hitting a paramount point in time where people are existing both online and offline, and there's an enmeshment of it. We've hit that peak. The internet's been around long enough where we've come to a place where these areas merge, and we're starting to see these ecosystems and communities form, and it's starting to affect people's mental well-being, their emotional health, and their spiritual health. And this is what we're going to cover here at the Boyd Report. And I'm going to do this because I'm a part of this. I can't act like I'm not. I am a part of this in one way or another. I've been on the internet for quite some time, man, quite some time. I'm an old guy. I'm an old guy. And since I've been on the internet, I've noticed how things went from screen names and online and messages to communities being formed, and emotions being developed and things happening. And there's a phenomenon taking place. And there's been a term given to that phenomenon. And I want to analyze this. I want to talk about this in many different episodes. And I will be bringing some friends along this ride with me as we as we explore and exploit Boyd. All right. You don't have to be a famous person to be a dangerous person online. The bottom of YouTube is where small audience create big consequences, and it reshapes how people behave. So this is Boyd, bottom of YouTube. And this is going to be my field guide to high intensity micro community where rumors, loyalty, and receipts become social currency. This is going to be a series that looks at patterns first. I'm not here to talk about individuals. I'm not here to dox anybody. I'm not here to even attack anybody or point anyone out specifically. But there will be names from time to time. There will be examples to point out some of these psychological and behavioral concepts with Boyd. So, we have to understand there's a social currency that comes with this lifestyle, this experience that we have. This is a different phenomenon altogether. So again, this series is pattern first, not doxing, no audience mobilization, no public behavior, no public dynamics. We're trying to handle restraint. We're trying to just talk about and point out something that's taking place in human society. Boyd is across the world. This is an international phenomenon. This isn't a United States thing. We're seeing people form relationships from across countries, ethnicities, languages, etc. And it's taking a whole new plight. It's a whole new dynamic and dimension of human behavior. And I just want to be someone who points this out and say, hey, we should look at this thing. We should talk about it because there's something serious happening here. Again, I'm Universal Jones, and in each episode, what I'm going to do with this Boyd series is really reveal what people are all about, who we are truly in today's world. So this is episode 1. Let's lock in. So we need to define what Boyd is, explain why it matters, and set some rules for engagement for this series. At some point, I will get to open panels and having people weigh in on certain things. But for now, I just want to lay out the content, give some perspective, give my thoughts on it, and let people kind of build upon that before we open it up and this becomes something more than what it is. I'm fully aware that doing this is going to make me a target, that doing this is going to put me in these circles even more than I already am. Some of you who follow me, some of you are new, some of you have been rocking with, Jones for a long time. You know a lot about my life. I let you into things. I'm not hard to Google. I'm not hard to find. And I did that, specifically because I knew if I was going to be online, people were going to discover things anyway, just because of who I am offline and how I operate online. So we're here now. I can't run from it. It is what it is. But this is not about me. This is about Boyd. But I do want to make it clear. As I observe and analyze this community, I am still a part of it in an odd and bizarre way. So what is it? What's going on? The internet taught us to watch the top celebrities, viral creators, million view scandals, right? But there's another layer, a less visible, more intimate, and sometimes more volatile layer of the internet. And that layer is what we call the bottom of YouTube. It isn't small because it's harmless. It's small because it is concentrated. And that concentration is filled with emotions that can turn into concentrated harm. And that's what we've seen over time here in Boyd. So this is Boyd. This is the Boyd Report. from and myself, Universal Jones. And in this series, I'm not here to make this about drama. I just really want this to be a format where we look at the behaviors of what's going on. There's other people who cover this stuff. There's other people who cover this stuff where they talk about the drama and they get into it with people and what they're doing. I want to look at the more about why, how do we get here, and where is this going?
Okay, so you got like a sneak preview. You can go to his channel, the Be Better Network. All right, go to his channel. He's going to discuss the psychology of things. All right, I'm just in it for the drama. All right, I let Universal Jones take care of the psychology for me because psychology is very important. And yesterday's stream I did about, trading, and I kind of alluded to psychology. Sir Isaac Newton couldn't trade for the life of him. He's very smart. He figured out gravity. He created calculus, but he couldn't figure out how to make money in the stock market. Now, that's why psychology matters. If you want to be a good trader, you got to know people and you got to know yourself. You shouldn't be your worst enemy, but you should at least know what other people are thinking too to track the markets, because you will have trends and reversals and all that, and that's all psychology. People chase that gold. And yesterday's stream, I showed you some boomer who bought silver at the top. He sold silver at $33 an ounce just before silver was going to go up. How? Why? And then he gets back into silver when it's at the top, even though in that stream he was saying like this was a bad idea. How come these people will continually do the worst things at the worst times over and over again? That's Boit. Boit is psychological destruction. It is basically you are watching the worst psychologically prepared, unprepared, whatever you want to say, people. And I think this is good. This is good. We have to watch these people and understand, hey, I don't want to be like this guy. If you look at these people and you say like, wait a minute, I actually kind of do act like this guy in some times or whatever, you better change yourself. You better recognize your weaknesses. You better go like, well, I don't want to be that person. It's entertaining to watch, but you better not be the entertainment. The other people should be the entertainment. You should be watching them. That's the key, right? So let's get to it. Let's get to something that's interesting, right? Let's see what these people are, and you shouldn't be like these people. Otherwise, do not play the stock market. You will lose because you are not mentally capable of making money here. All right? So that's the problem.
And he's someone who he actually was charged with cyber stalking criminally for someone else. And I stupidly gave him a chance. And lo and behold, I'm being cyber stalked by the fucking cyber stalker who knows how to get past being blocked. I've blocked so many fucking numbers from that piece of shit. Jesus Christ. Tell me, Schnock, I'd rather fucking die than ever have to see your disgusting botched plastic surgery face again. You fucking disgusting incel who got fucked and turned out worse. Who knew? It's like people only have so much like life force, emotional energy, and he just makes sure, since he can't control me or be with me and manipulate me that way, he has to control me by constant harassment to make sure that he's on my mind by fucking with me. So I'm gonna go to the police. I don't give a fuck. Mega punks hot Galt cyberstalker. I mean, it takes a lot to be charged with cyberstalking. So give someone a chance. Lo and behold, now I'm the cyberstalked one. I'm sure a second charge will look great, D-Dog. I'm sure your parents who completely fund your lifestyle will love it. They'll love that you're cyberstalking again. Go to jail, bitch.
Now let's see the response here. Let me give you the response. All right. Let me give you the response. So this is what we're going to do with Universal Jones's channel. We're going to talk about these things. And I think this is like a good intro into what we're doing. Now, psychology is a fake science, soft science
Hello,
that can't be
everyone.
replicated. So this is okay. I'm a hard scientist, right? I studied electrical engineering, but I also did minors in anthropology, cultural anthropology, and history. It is hard to test, right? Because in psychology, it's subjective. Like if you do hard medical science, you stick a thermometer up some guy's rectum and you can figure out what's wrong with them. Now, in psychology, you can't do that, right? Unless we do psychiatry, which, you could do fMRI, right? I could stick a guy in an MRI machine. I could look at the functionality of the guy's mind as I'm asking questions or seeing how they sleep or other things like that. I guess that's hard science, but again, you're going to have to ask Universal Jones what he thinks. You say we, are you producing it? Yeah, I'm helping. I'm helping. Okay. Because we're trying to get money off of this shit. Like, you think I put money into Boyd without getting money back? You see what this channel is about? I'm investing. So I am going to write proposals to DARPA and NSF. If Jeffrey Epstein can make money like helping people propose things to the government, I think Universal Jones and I can do something better. At least we can go like, hey, you know what? If you're going to allow Discord, which is a Chinese Communist Party psyop on America to infect people's minds with a mind virus, along with fentanyl, then I think we can make some money off of this, right? All right. Yeah, I was wondering. I like stock advice, but then you are a big investor, boy. Mixed signals. Yeah, it's the same thing because like everything's related. To me, this stuff is like a microcosm of the broader societal malaise. Let's put it that way. There is a problem with America, right? You could say like, oh, it's individualism, which is like an issue. That's true, yeah. So if you look at the Chinese, like they believe in Confucianism a lot more. They have it, but then their young people also have this large amount of individualism built in because they grew up on the internet. So they also have this issue. So I think that's why the Communist Party bans a lot of stuff. They ban OnlyFans. They ban like certain social media. They heavily regulate the internet. They understand these issues. The US doesn't do that, right? They'll let anybody do whatever they want. So TikTok was Chinese. They let them come here. Discord is 40% owned by Tencent. Tencent is a big Chinese telecom company, telemarketing, I guess servicing company. So good stock though. Tencent is a good stock. You could buy that. But anyway, that everyone is retarded. Yeah, everyone is going to be retarded, but to a certain level, it's worse now, I think, than ever before. I think there's always going to be a percentage of people that are, well, I can't say that word on YouTube, right? I'm on YouTube. I'm not kick only. Okay, R-tard, right? So Tencent owns a load of video games, yeah, and music. So have you seen Tencent music? When I'm done with this, we'll look at Tencent music stock. So they have a TME stock, which is music only. Beautiful stock. I like that stock. So also, yeah. Who did the animator's intro logo animated? You have to ask Universal Jones. He did all of that. He's really into the AI stuff. Yeah, Tropes. Yeah, so this book here, Tropes, is mentioning Trading in the Zone. I always recommend it. So if you want to know the psychology of good traders, you should read this book first. It's a very easy read. There's nothing complicated about it. It's just all about figuring out your psychology. After you read the book, you kind of like look into yourself and go like, well, so the first thing is read this book, and then after that you start doing a little bit of trading and then make notes. So every trade you make, have a notebook, and go like, well, what did I do right about this trade? What did I do wrong? Was it because you were analytical, or was because your psychology controlling how you traded? Was your feelings and emotions actually governing your decisions, right? And of course, like, I'm an older person. I'm less risk taking at this point in my life. Whereas, like, if I was like a younger person, I would take more risks. So you have to take that into account too. So then it will affect your trading. So a lot of the stuff I taught like last year, like HB tripled his portfolio. He tripled his portfolio, right? For me, I probably wouldn't have made that performance. And the reason why is because I'm not taking that much risk. Even though like I could read the charts the same way he can, I'm not putting as much money and doing as many risky trades as he is, right? I'm probably going to be like, oh, this trade looks good, but I'm just going to ignore it. I'm just going to let it go because like I won't do it because I'm older and I don't feel like it anymore. I have my personality has changed, right? I mean, you guys should know this. When you were younger, what did you do? You did stupid shit. I bet you did. And now that you're older, then you would do less stupid stuff, right? I'm way older than most of you people. So I'm definitely not like, my mentality has totally shifted. So that's why the stuff I teach you here is high level. And from that high level, it's based on you to do what you want to do. Some of you guys will go on to options trading. Some of you guys will do futures trading. Some of you guys will do heavily leveraged trading. I have no clue. Do what you will. This is your own risk. And you probably will do better than me. Okay. So that's why it's better for the younger folks to learn from what I learned over several years of trading and a decade of investing. And I tell you what I learned. And then from that information, you have a leg up because you don't need to wait until you're 40 like me for going like, oh, okay, that's how you do it. Right. You have a leg up because I'm telling you the secrets. So most people will hide everything. Most people, once they figure this shit out, they don't tell you because they have an edge. The more people know, the less it works. That's just how the game is. That's why most people, once they write books about trading, it's over. If you have a book in the library, the book in Borders, book in whatever, Amazon.com, if somebody's writing a book about how to trade, it's over. That crap doesn't work no more because he's like already told enough people that he's willing to write a book. He's just making money off of that book because that book tells you how to trade. And it's just like, dude, that doesn't work anymore. By the time I'm done reading it, it's useless. Everybody knows his strategy, his methods. It's over. So what I'm telling you now is probably for the best that we keep this audience small. Okay. We don't want to tell too many people about these things. The less the people know, the better it will be because this thing will work, right? Yeah, selling courses. And I know I see it all the time on the internet. Oh, let me sell you a course. It's like dating too, right? I'm like on Prances's show on the chat and they're like, oh, man, you suck at the game. Pay for my course. I'm like, what the hell? Are you freaking pimping out your course in this dating show right now in the chat? This is ridiculous. This is dumb as fuck. Anyway, okay. Let me get back to here. So this is the response to Ruby's thing here. Let's go. Will this guy talk fast enough? Let's see. I don't know. Let's see how fast this dude talks.
You know, I could have decided to be very terrible. And I never decided to be terrible.
Okay, I have to address this. This show is about no, this is why we have to. Okay, you can watch my previous videos into last year. I'll tell you why this thing is like. Okay, it depends on the personality. Some people can't trade, all right? But for some of you that can, you'll make a lot of money. For some of you that can't, we'll see. So I am going to start a Substack where I have a portfolio. Okay, so for you guys that just want to like rotate your portfolio every quarter, I'll have something for you for that. Okay, so I'm going to do a multi-parallel approach. Okay, I wanted to do it last year, but because of April, it was like not necessary. Once you have that April low, it's like you don't need to do anything. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, all the way into the end of the year. You don't need to do anything. Turn off your brain. Once we get into this situation, we have to turn on our brain again and do it. Yeah, I went over the mathematics yesterday. So the mathematics yesterday shows that it's very hard. So I did the mathematics, I did the probability, but still, even with that, this show, I will tell you if it's possible for you to beat it, because that's what I do in my own personal life. But it doesn't mean you can replicate it, because it's all on your psychology. Last year, you know, the dollar cost. See, this is the thing. This is where I'm gonna butt against with people, because there's gonna be people that believe in dollar cost average and efficient market theory. I don't believe in that stuff. Okay, this is a difference in philosophy.
I could have been cruel. I never decided to be cruel. I am a good person in this lifetime. I could have been very cruel to Ruby. I never was cruel. Just sitting there watching her with her fucking loser simps on Celebrity Sunday.
Man,
that was the best man.
Way too many pauses. Oh man, when does it get good? He starts yelling somewhere around here, I guess, right? Let's see, 10 minutes in, let's go.
Wife. Or Gwen's on stream the other day. Adriana Lee. Too famous for me, Rod. And not my type.
Yeah, hold on. So I was muted. So like, wait. So you watched this like last night? Did you freaking lurk or something? Cam the King? I don't even know. Like, you watched this crap. Man, you know these people? What the fuck? Yeah, I can't put him on 2x because I'm playing it through the video feed directly into StreamYard because it's memory efficient. If I do this screen capture, it's gonna. I wish StreamYards had a 2x, 4x feature on here. Otherwise, it's like, fuck.
What is wrong with people now? People are what is the problem that has created the situation? I was bothered by Dalish's porn. She didn't change her position once. I've never tuned into Daylish's porn. I've watched her YouTube channel before. Never her porn. What is wrong with women now that they're deciding, oh, let's have a ton of fat retarded simps instead of have a husband? All of them. Every woman I've named prior. All of you stupid fucking bitches.
Yes! Yes!
This is my 5 a.m. rant. Go and get fucking husbands. All of you stupid fucking women. It's time to be married. Stop being whores. It's a fucking sad world. Let it out, D-Dog? If I really let it out, Erod, then I would be in major trouble. I would get in serious trouble if I were to really let it out. There's every single day I'm live, there's all sorts of commentary I'd love to make. I never make it though. Yes, Erod, I'm confused why these women decide to, instead of get married to a man that will love them and take care of them, they decide instead they're going to go down another path. They're all failed women. They may look the part of a woman. They aren't real women, though. Any of these women I'm speaking about now. All of them. They look the part of real women, except in reality, they aren't. I understand fighting in a relationship. To me, choosing to go and take money from fat retarded simps instead of take money from a husband who put a fucking ring on you is peak women retardation moment, low IQ moment. You're dead inside. You're a fake woman. All of you dumb bitches. Ruby, you're a fake woman. Adriana Lee, you're fake. Ava, Kel, Dalish. This VOD, I'll leave this VOD up on my channel. This is for you, women. Go find a fucking husband. Get married. Your fat retarded simps aren't your replacement husband. Fucking fake women. And maybe I'm under attack because I also haven't found a wife. I have no wife. I have a different career journey also. You know, like I would love to see like these. I'd love to see women online where it isn't entertain fat retards, small dicks for a few dollars in supers or a few subs or whatever these women are into now. This is what this is. Instead of have a husband, a man, a family together, think about your man bringing in firewood, cutting down some firewood, bringing it into a wood stove in a basement. Fucking women have never experienced a real man once. None of them have. It's so fucking disturbing. I'm fucking disturbed by all these women. Maybe they get addicted to their fat fucking loser retarded tiny dick $5 simps and decide instead of forgo a man that will literally split his entire earnings. They're just so dumb. Women are. They're dumb. They
God damn, that was the longest dead air in a while. What the fuck? Man, this guy is usually more animated. Where is the fire? Well, the fire is at the end of this stream. He gets more animated.
fucking scam. Are they stopping you from leaving? They're stopping me from taking this motherfucking country over.
There we go. That's the fire I want to hear.
They're stopping me from taking this entire fucking country over. Or at least helping to push it in a different direction. It's time for women to get married in this country, Chunk. Okay? They have no fucking social responsibility. So fucking disturbing. Let me know when Dalish decides to quit OnlyFans and gets a boyfriend. Let's open Dalish's content, shall we? Let's open Dalish's content right now. Let's go see. Let's see who we're dealing with here. Dirty Dalish. Sure, let's watch some Dalish content. Okay, let's see it. Let's see how I'll watch this as a guy. Let's see. Women worship the almighty dollar over a family. It's sad. It's disturbing. This is a disturbing VOD. I've watched through this VOD already. I watched this already. I found this VOD entirely disturbing. Is there audio? She looks... Look at that body, wow. Look at her body. She's making sure to show that off. Because fat people like Stinky might give her $5. Alright, I'm sick of this fucking country. Fuck you criminals at Google. Burn for your fucking crimes in the depths of hell where you criminals at Google are going. You ban me because... And you've already doxed me also, so it's fine. It's just... This is a life. Let's decide this life over a husband and a family. This seems awesome. Yeah, I love showing this off to people like Stinky Brew. Stinky Brew, take a good look. Take a good look and then go and give her some of your money. She loves, and you just, with your broken teeth and you're morbid and you've got a 1-inch dick, Stinky Brew, that I doubt even fucking works. She's making this content for you though. And she chose you over a husband and a family. Yeah. She decided that that's the right path for her. You, I have to stop the like. because the FBI, Google, Apple, Microsoft, and the CIA and the rest of these fucking very sick people, Marine Corps, Naval Academy, I know them all. I would tell them that this life and what's going on, I find to be rather unacceptable. That's what I would tell them. And then they would cry, and then they would talk, and then they would keep the fucking delusion going that is the US. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, all the owners of this fucking country, good job. I applaud you, you motherfuckers. All the owners. This is just one or two examples.
Okay, Cam the King, you did not see my whole stream about e-women and their economy. I already made a stream about this shit. Come on, man. All right, I'm going to play an interview since you haven't seen it. And let's research this ourselves. Okay, so let me answer this question here. Let me see. Did D-Dog go IRL with green contacts? I didn't see it. No, not yet. He just got his green contacts. We will see some IRL stream with the looks maxing green contacts sometime later, all right? But now, let's continue on, because you guys haven't seen my streams about e-women and all that shit, apparently. So let me get this. Let me get this thing going. Fuck. Oh, here we go.
My bad.
Okay.
My bad.
Congratulations
to Mrs. Deadman.
Yeah, I mean, and she's I mean this with respect. People saw it. She's a bigger girl. I mean, obviously, can get through the cheeks.
She's pretty.
But she is pretty. I love her. I married her.
You gotta split the cheeks. Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
I like a nice plump ass. As someone who doesn't have a big booty, I like a thicker woman. So
I've always liked. I mean, I've been with skinnier women, but like, no offense, but it feels too bony. You know, it's like I like more cushion for the pushing.
granted, this is not me at my normal weight. I'm working towards getting back to a healthy weight. My body looks way better when I'm at.
You mind if I put one of your pictures on screen?
Sure, I can't see it, but
this
tell me which one it is.
This one is TOS friendly. I hope so. It's really just a cute butt. It's just a cute butt. That's all it is.
All right, Cam the King. All right, Cam the King. What do you think? Is this a meth head or not? Tell me. What the fuck are they streaming on Yahoo Messenger on dial-up? Man, I don't know.
I don't know. When I was at a healthy weight, I had a nice enough peach to like grab.
Yeah, and King for more donations, I'll put more pictures on the screen, I guess. King is like he's divided between who wants to simp wars. Simp wars. It seems like you are above drama, and I mean that. Like you know, there's some. We're not really going to get into drama here on this stream. Just not the intention of this. I just wanted to reference King is having a tough time trying to decide who he wants to simp for.
I feel like he should be able to simp for both. I feel he should simp for every e-girl that calls to him, and he should not be shamed away from anyone.
Exactly. You know what?
That's my opinion.
That's respectful. That is respectful. He should the ethics of simping. He should be able to simp for any girl, any man. Maybe he'll simp for the gay cowboy. If he doesn't, I will. I'll be a little sour if he doesn't. Okay. After all, he's my boyfriend.
At least throw a 20 the gay cowboy's way, you know?
Yeah.
Just a little pocket change.
Yeah. But he is my boyfriend. I'm not joking about that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. You might have to fight for your boyfriend soon.
No, he's free to do whatever. It's not a.
Oh, okay.
What do you
It's
call
open.
it? Monogamous. It's not that. It's
it's not that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Polyamorous.
Yeah. See, I'm telling you, dude. I'm very woke over here. polyamorous
I know you're very
relationship
very
with
LGBT friendly.
with a man, you know. Yeah, I don't play games unless they're super super woke. Anyway, back to the OnlyFans stuff. So, what I was gonna say. Yeah, so you left the fast food industry, you went to OnlyFans, and it's paying you well. Okay, is your OnlyFans content like? Is it like just solo work? Like, what do you do there?
I mean, I used to have partnered content, but I haven't done it in a while, so it's just solo stuff now. But I do have a mix of. I mean, I have thousands of photos. I have hundreds of videos. I mean, you can even check pH. It's all there. You can see the spicy stuff that I do.
You do a pH check of your vagina on OnlyFans?
No, I just didn't know if I could say corn hub.
Oh,
so
got you. Wait. You got some video. You have videos on Cornhub as well.
Mm-hmm. I do really good on.
See, I wouldn't know because.
Okay, you guys don't get how bad things are right now. So let me tell you what this bitch can command in terms of pricing. Okay, so we're gonna look at the economy of the simps right now. Okay, this is what I look at to determine if I'm gonna short the whole stock market. All right, because if I know the simps can't pay for this, I know the economy is going down. So this is her menu right here. So this is Dirty Dalish's menu. All right, this is the price. Videos. So video content is $15 a minute for custom content. $15 a minute. Pictures, a set of 25 pictures, pose however $20. Bundles, a combination of both pictures and videos, $25. Just some company for the lonely gamer boys. Gaming time. We hopped online together and tear up the lobbies for an hour. $35. So what's that? God damn, $35 an hour? Oh wait, e-girlfriend. Your messages take full priority over the rest of my DMs for the day. $40 for this? And calls. We'll have a nice conversation on the phone about whatever you want. $30. I don't know if that's per minute or the hour. Where's Jay Princess? I have no idea, man. Got to check in with John Galt. Right now, I just do simp content right here and stock market shit. So let's continue on.
Million views on there.
1 million views? Okay, well I can't look at any.
At least 6 million.
6 million. Wow.
They sent me a jacket.
You got a jacket? Do you have it in the room with you? A Cornhub jacket?
Yeah, it's somewhere. I don't know where I put it. It's all in the corner of my room.
Wow. You could just. Have you done the promotional thing where you just wear nothing but the jacket with nothing underneath? Take a picture of that.
Well, yeah, that is the intent. I do have to do a photo set in it and record a video, but I just haven't gotten around to it. A lot of hectic things happening over the holidays, so maybe
the host could pay for an time exclusive pick for the Discord. That'd be nice. That'd be super nice. And chat, that would be generous of me to do that. I don't know what the rate is. I don't want to ask. I don't want to know. And because I would get myself in trouble. And I still want to be married.
I'm not trying to home wreck.
So this person here, Dead Man, his marriage is about to collapse. So FYI.
I actually unintentionally wrecked a home once, and it made me feel really, really bad because I just want even the people who simp for me, I truly do want them to find wonderful committed relationships. Like when people send me a message and say, hey, I can't sub to you anymore, but you helped me gain the confidence to go get a girlfriend, that means a lot to me because I want them to learn to have healthy relationships with women. And I know a lot of people think subbing to OnlyFans goes against that, but not every man becomes so obsessed that they can't pull away from the
Like, that's all right.
Some people can just view it and go out and bang real bitches.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like that he said that. So you want your simps to get actual relationships.
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to have people who come and spend their time and give me their attention. And if they want a tip, that's incredibly kind of them. But they're never required to do so. I would never want them to choose a parasocial online relationship over a physical one, a real life person. I would always want them to pick the real life person first.
But you say that, but at the same time, Delish, if they choose a monogamous, committed relationship, that means less pay for you, right?
There will always be another simp to take their place. That's the unfortunate truth for the simp.
Wow.
Is they can move on, and there will always be another person that comes by and wants my attention, and I'm willing to talk to them. And you know, people don't have to
always
give me
another
$100
simp out
to
there.
get.
There's wow. So, you know what, too? Okay, there's always another simp out there to replace the other one. Man,
It really is the unfortunate truth, though.
You know
It's
what?
like, why am I gonna fight and claw for them to stay with me when that's gonna ruin their mental health? Why am I gonna ruin someone else? I'm not gonna ruin a man. Like,
you're like a collector.
Go get your
You're
bitch.
a collector of simps, a collector of unfortunate souls. Okay, that's what's going on
it's
here.
just a rotating deck of cards, you know.
Rotating
Sometimes
deck
the
of
favorite
cards.
comes back in the stack, and I'm really happy to see it.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes
Wow.
I see a new shiny one, and I'm like, hey, this is
Oh,
a cool card. Hope I get to keep it.
Oh, so you have favorite simps? Oh, I'm sure you do.
Everybody has favorites.
Oh, sure. You have your wells, right? The ones that pay good, pay well.
The thing is, you don't even have to pay me to be a good simp. I just like having a supportive community. I mean, someone tipping is just a benefit, and it's incredibly kind, especially when it's so hard to, like, going to the grocery store lately. You try and buy a bag of lettuce. This is going to be an exaggeration, but like, you try and buy a bag of lettuce and it's $5.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of money when a bag of lettuce back in the day used to be like maybe $1 or $2. Okay. So when someone tips $5 to me, that means a lot, because I know they could go get a fucking hamburger from McDonald's.
Yeah,
and,
they
like,
could get a whole
eat
McValue
that
meal.
day.
Yeah.
I don't want them to tip me over taking care of themselves. But if they tip me, I recognize that that's taking away from, like, okay, they could get a little treat with that $5.
Whoa, hold on.
I appreciate
Delish, hold
that
on.
they thought of me.
Hold on. Have you seen Americans? Have you seen how fat we are? I think they can go without a burger and fries. I think the money would be better spent on something else than more fast food. Any food, really. Right?
True.
So why not just give the $5 to you? Yeah.
Well, you know, there's just like a lot of things you could do with that $5 is basically my point. There's a lot of better choices you could make than even giving it to me. But when it is given or thrown my way, I, you know, UwU want to be my friend? Like,
I have to ask.
friend?
All right. So this simp economy here, this nonsense economy, is driven by the Federal Reserve. Okay? If you see people stop throwing money to random women on the internet, you know the economy is going to take a downturn. Right. So let's look at this. This is called the M2 money supply. This is how much money, how many dollars are in the system. If you didn't watch my streams about the dollar milkshake theory, you better go back and watch those things, because that's what I talk about. This is the money printer. Money printer, money printer, money printer, money printer, money printer. And what happened here? What happened here? How did we get so much more money injected into the system? That was COVID. Okay, that was COVID. So we are at the point where Let's get back to 2020 here, February. How about that? See that? We are injecting money like never before, and that's why this is happening. Once you see these bitches stop getting money, then I know we are done. Okay, so look at stocks like Lululemon, Victoria's Secret, ELF, Estee Lauder. All right, watch those stocks. Once those white women stocks stop going up, then we know the economy is gonna go down. It's all driven by Sims. Okay? That's it. That's why we pay attention to these things. You look at the most sensitive parts of the economy. The most sensitive parts of the economy is this, the Boyd. If you have men stop paying these women to go online to do this shit, which is what like D-Dog is complaining about. He's complaining about Google and whatever doing this stuff. If they stop funding these things, yeah, then it'll stop. It'll stop, right? And then we know everything's turning. That's it. That's all it is. It's all economics. Everything is driven by economics, right? I mean, in the old times, what happened? Like mostly the poor males didn't even get anything, really. You know? I mean, you had like emperors getting all the concubines and shit like that, and they have eunuchs run their damn things. You know, we have a modern day eunuchs. We have modern day eunuchs. Did you see Prancest like take care of the slumber party like over 2 weekends ago? So yeah, the e-girl slumber party. All right, let's look at Tencent here. Let me see. What was the symbol for Tencent? Right here. All right, let's see. How is Tencent doing? Should we buy it again? So Chinese stocks have not been doing that well since October. Okay, at least for this one. I think in the general Chinese stock market here, yeah, it's been going down, so not interesting. Tencent, yeah, all right, let's see. So TCEHY. All right, I'll see if it holds like 67. Maybe I'll be interested in getting into it again. I don't know. I'm not really that interested in Chinese stocks so far, but if it hits this level and can make a turn when this MACD hits 0 on the weekly chart, maybe we can do it. Now there's another Tencent stock called Tencent Music, so music entertainment. Let's see, this one's well below 0. Okay, if it gets back to $14, maybe we'll go again. I think this area of $14 has been a pivot point or axis point, as they say. So pretty nice. It can go up and down from this level. Okay, so I'll pay attention to this. If it can hold this, then we can go. I think we had some news on BYD. So BYD, okay, battery maker, car maker, electric car maker. It's going back into this zone again. This box, not a good sign. It couldn't hold this and break out. All right, let's see if it gets to the bottom. Gets to the bottom, I'll watch and see if the people are gonna buy it at $7. BYDDY. So China could be something that will happen. They'll definitely try to stimulate their economy this year because they're in a bad situation. But otherwise, yeah, I'm not really that interested. I'm really more interested in Mexican stocks. So this is Mexico, EWW. I already talked about it already. And this week we'll have earnings on cement. So Mexican cement CX from $5 to $12. I think we're still in this trend. Very good. I think we're building a lot of infrastructure. Mexican cement is the key here. So I'm going to wait and see if Mexico continues to do well. I think it kind of depends on dollar weakness. This is the dollar right here, dollar index at 97. So we'll see. Anything else? I did short Palantir today. So I reshorted this thing. You see this? See this? It got up to over 162 and it fell right back. Nope, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. So what I'm going to expect is that if this 78-minute chart kind of curves up, 18 moving average gets up to around 155, and this thing just keeps on drifting below it towards 148, I'm more convinced that this thing is going to go down hard. The stock market. This is a top. This looks like a top here. There's too many red candles right now. Red. So even though it gapped up, it's still red candle because it's lower than the open. So if it keeps going red back down, yeah, that's it. Just short the shit out of this thing. It's over for Palantir. So like I told you guys to get in Palantir last year in the summer at $20, and you would have got a nice return because it went almost to 190, 200, right? A little bit over here. Now it's time to short it and go back down to $71, I guess. That's probably where it's going to end up. So trade. We are going to trade. All right. $1 equals 3 pennies since the inception of the Fed. That is correct. That's why I always put this as an example chart. So if I measured the price of houses as gold, so I don't use dollars, I talk about how many ounces of gold will it take to buy a house. Look at this. Right now, in terms of gold, housing is very cheap. It takes 77 ounces of gold to buy a house in America, median price in a city. So is really the price of housing going up, or is because your dollar is being deflating all this time? It is devalued. Because right now, in terms of gold, it is cheaper than the 1980s. So you can't blame boomers for this. It's because you are dumb enough to keep paper money in your pocket. Paper money, fiat money, is worthless. Fiat means whatever people will pay for it, whatever people will demand for it. That's the definition of a fiat, okay? So if you had stocks or gold or any other asset, bonds, you would have done a lot better than keeping paper money in your wallet, because that crap is eating away right now as we speak. Every year it is depreciating in value. So as we can see by this chart here, so this black line shows how much money it takes to buy a single family house of 2 bedrooms or something. That's how they measure it. How many pieces of ounces of gold will it take to buy it? If you measured in dollars, yeah, it's going up. All right, that's the yellow line up here. Yeah, look, it's expensive. Housing is expensive. In terms of gold, housing is cheap. The blue line is inflation. So that's why from COVID, you got screwed. Inflation has totally destroyed the value of the dollar since forever, and COVID especially. So should have bought that gold, didn't you? Oh well, too bad. Maybe you can buy some silver and pay for some hookers that way next time. How about that? But anyhow, here we go. I think the price of vagina is too high. So let's look at some stocks here, like Lululemon. Let's see, Lululemon not doing good. All right, we'll report earnings March. Okay, so ELF, Californian makeup stock here, will report earnings this week. It's kind of been going sideways, not sure. EL, so Estee Lauder. Interesting thing about Estee Lauder is our new Fed chair in May is married to the heiress of Estee Lauder. And let's do Hennessy. Can I spell Hennessy? Here, let's look at Louis Vuitton Hennessy. So this owns Sephora. Hasn't been doing well this year. Been dropping since mid-January, so not a good sign there. Luxury stocks, makeup stocks, not doing well. I don't know. Does that mean anything for next year? Maybe. We'll see. I think Chipotle had earnings after the close, and it didn't do well either. Chipotle is another interesting stock to follow. If people aren't willing to overpay for burritos, guess what? It's a bad economy. Yeah. There you go. All right, guys. Enough of that. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Anything else to show you guys? I think I'm going to read some articles, perhaps. But maybe I'll save it for another time. I don't think I have too many articles to read. Let me see. Let me see how many I can get through. I'm not going to read that one yet. So yesterday I talked about the horse. So we are now entering the year of the horse in Chinese, the Chinese calendar. It's a fire horse, actually. So the last time we had a fire horse was 60 years ago. And I talked about this a little bit. There's a lot of commonality in the 1966 to now. We had a lot of similarities, okay? And I listed a few of them, so you can go back to that stream. So go to the description, and there's a link to yesterday's stream. There's a February link up there. And so I'm going to read this Wikipedia article about the Kondratiev wave, okay? So maybe you guys think this is woo-woo, new age, BS, whatever. I don't care. I mean, I believe in cycles. Right? That's what I do. That's how I analyze the markets. There's long-term cycles, and so we have to go talk about it. So in economics, Kondratiev waves. It's this Russian guy, Kondratiev, also called super cycles, great surges, long waves, cave waves, or the long economic cycle, or hypothesized, okay, cycle-like phenomena in the modern world economy. The phenomena is closely connected to the technology life cycle. That's very important now. We got AI, right? It is stated that the period of a wave ranges from 40 to 60 years. 60 years. 60 years since we last had the year of a horse that's burning in fire. All right. The cycles consist of alternating intervals of high sectoral growth and intervals of relatively slow growth. Long wave theory is not accepted by most academic economists. Yeah, they don't agree. Among economists who accept it, there is a lack of agreement about both the cause of the waves and the start and end years of particular waves. Among critics of the theory, the consensus is that it involves recognizing patterns that may not exist. So, essentially, astrology. Okay, so you can read the rest of this thing. But we know that there's some kind of 60-year wave. So let's read this article. 30 years of summer followed by 30 years of winter. Written in October 7, 2025. Why this matter? The slow-moving 10-year Treasury note rate is the base for setting the 10-year FRM rate and capitalization rate, which controls what a home buyer can pay to purchase a home, and an investor will pay to acquire an income property. A buyer agent with an awareness of the long-term rise and fall of the 10-year Treasury note rate and its inverse consequence on property values is best able to guide buyer clients with data-driven advice in uncertain times. Okay. There is something called an 18.5-year real estate cycle. Now, 3 of those cycles will give you about 60 years, right? So, up and away. The 10-year Treasury note held at 4.11% the week of October 3rd, 2025. The steady pace of decline in the 10-year T-note rate took place in 2025, beginning at 4.63%. The 10-year T-note rate averaged an anomalous rock bottom 0.89% during the 2020 to 2021 pandemic period, as the T-note became the ultimate safe haven until investment opportunities returned. The rise and fall of long-term interest rates follow a different life cycle than a typical business cycle and patterns of short-term interest rate environments. Currently, we are experiencing a rising trend in the long-term rate cycle, which began when rates bottomed in January 2013, interrupted briefly by 2020's pandemic interference. We are now in a half cycle of rising long-term rates, so expect around 20 more years of rising 10-year T-note rates broken up by transitory recessions. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're not in the 90s anymore, guys. So the next time we have a stock market bubble that pops, you can't rely on bonds to save your butts. So where are you going to go? You're going to go to gold and silver, aren't you? So it ain't over for silver and gold. Silver and gold might be done for this year, maybe even next year, but it's going to go up again sometime down the line, maybe 3 years, 4 years down the line. So get ready for that. Rising long-term rates tend to dampen home price growth until rates increases end. As long-term rates tend upward, producing a sequential rise in FRM rates, buyer purchasing power is continually reduced while capitalization rates for evaluating income property increase. Both cause property prices to stagnate or decline. Critically, for ubiquitous 30-year FRM originations, MLOs use the 10-year T-note rate plus a default risk factor to determine the home buyer's rate for FRMs they originate. All right, this is too many acronyms right now. I'll go back to this article again when we can talk about the acronyms, but the key is that watch for home prices to stagnate or decline. I think there's going to be an issue. There's going to be an issue pretty soon. What I'm thinking is that we're going to have a pump once the interest rates start falling, because the Fed is going to make a mistake. They're going to over tighten, then they're going to freak out, decrease the interest rates quickly. It'll cause a sudden surge in certain sectors like home building, home prices, and then we'll hit a bubble point next year. Home prices will increase. Look at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac stock. We are going to look at those stocks in the coming weeks. So I'm interested in buying some of them, all right? X-Files song always bummed me out when it came Sunday nights because school was the next day. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. It did come on Sundays sometimes. I used to be a Friday show at certain points too. So, yeah. Simpsons also had that effect on me. I mean, if a Simpsons came on Sundays, I already knew school was coming around. So, anyhow, let me read one more thing from Larry Ellison, okay? AI quote of the day. All AI models basically the same, claims Oracle co-founder Larry Ellison. Here's why. Okay. Oracle co-founder and CTO Larry Ellison has highlighted what he considers the fundamental weakness plaguing most of today's popular large language models, including OpenAI's ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, xAI's Grok, Meta's Llama, and Anthropic's Claude. Ellison believes that these AI systems are becoming commoditized far too quickly because they are all trained on essentially the same pool of publicly available internet data. So I think this is the next step in competition. We need to have good data to train our AI. So if you are going to train some AI to trade stocks and bonds and metals, futures, options for you, the way to win is to keep your data a secret, right? We are going to train in data that's only available to us. During Oracle's fiscal Q2 2026 earnings call in December 2025, Ellison explained all the large language models, OpenAI, Anthropic, Meta, Google, xAI, they're all trained by the same data. It's all public data from the internet, so they're all basically the same. And that's why they're becoming commoditized so quickly. Ellison argued that this shared reliance on open, web-sourced training data creates little meaningful differentiation among the major players. As a result, the current wave of generative AI, while impressive, risks turning into a race to the bottom on price and features with limited barriers to entry or unique value propositions. Watch Reddit. Reddit will have earnings on Thursday after the close. There's a lot of bears that say that Reddit will not continue its growth rate because people have stopped buying Reddit data because that data is just available everywhere. There's no edge. This is the same thing with the stock market. If I told you everything I knew, right, and people started copying that, our methods would stop working. So in a similar way, this is like you telling everyone, like you sell a book, a course on how to trade. If you tell everyone how this works, it'll stop working. It's just like AI. If I give the same data to everyone, it stops working. That's why nobody's interested in Reddit data, probably. Everyone already has it. There's no point in me paying for Reddit data if everyone else is going to do it. I'm going to be looking for other data that they don't have to compete. Private enterprise data, the next frontier for AI. Rather than viewing this as a dead end, Ellison positioned it as an opportunity for the next phase of AI development. He predicted that the real breakthroughs and massive economic value will come from AI systems that reason over private, proprietary enterprise data over public sources. The future lies in leveraging private enterprise data. This second wave of AI would dwarf the current boom in GPUs, data centers, and public model infrastructure. He points to Oracle's strategic advantages, stating that most high-value corporate and institutional data already resides in Oracle databases, giving the company a natural edge in building secure, enterprise-grade AI applications. Now, is that why Oracle is spending so much time and effort and money getting into debt to get all this going? Is this worth it? Is this worth it? So that's the question we got to ask. That's the question we got to ask. Anyhow, let me see here. If I got any Twitter stuff I want to tell you guys about, or we're done. We're almost in the 2-hour mark, right? Perfect. Almost at the 2-hour mark. I'm gonna play one little short video and we'll call it a day. If I see anything on Twitter, tell you guys. Let me see. No, not yet. I'm not gonna talk about Epstein shit no more right now. Probably another show. So I think I have something on data center spending. So let me check. I think I had it on 4chan or something like that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, yes, it was on 4chan. Hold on. Okay, let me change the music. Let me play this. And we're going to play this video. Short video here.
With a passion. Me going down to the store and buying Windows 95, gotta get in my car, drive down to a store, buy a cardboard box full of bits, encoded on a piece of plastic, a CD-ROM, bring it home, read a manual, and install this thing. You must be kidding. Put the stuff on the net. It's bits. Don't put bits in cardboard. Cardboard in trucks. Trucks to stores. Me go to the store. Pick this stuff out. It's insane. Okay, I love the internet. I want information, it flows across the wire. All
right, that's a youngish Larry Ellison. was back in the 90s. I watched this clip way back when because I watched this PBS documentary called let me see, PBS documentary. Let's see. Triumph of the Nerds. Okay, Triumph of the Nerds. They had some very good clips of interviews from Steve Jobs and Larry Ellison and a lot of other guys who created, like, you know, the PC revolution. Now, Larry Ellison was one guy here who hated PCs. So let's repeat this again.
I hate the PC with a passion. Me going down to the store and buying Windows 95, gotta get in my car, drive down to a store, buy a cardboard box full of bits, encoded on a piece of plastic, a CD-ROM, bring it home, read a manual, and install this thing. You must be kidding. Put the stuff on the net. It's bits. Don't put bits in cardboard. Cardboard in trucks. Trucks to stores. Me go to the store. Pick this stuff out. It's insane. Okay, I love the internet. I want information. It flows across the wire.
So you have to remember, these guys in the 90s, they remember the old days, okay? Like, if you remember the first, like, Macintosh ad, like, it was famous because it was directed by Ridley Scott. That ad had, like, a 1984 theme where this person, like this runner, she comes out, she just like throws a sledgehammer into the screen with Big Brother, and Big Brother represent IBM. IBM, back then was dominant because they owned the mainframe business. Back then, you didn't have PCs. PCs were for nerds, like real hardcore nerds. PCs back then, you had to build everything from nearly scratch. Not like now, where you build PCs where you have the CPU, everything together. No, these guys actually had to build a lot more to make a PC back then. And so everything was dominated by mainframes. So if you wanted to access data or information, you had to get a terminal. So you had a terminal, which is like a Chromebook today, like a weak PC. Basically a PC that can't do shit, okay? It has barely any kind of RAM or GPU or CPU, very weak powered computer Chromebook, and it will connect to the cloud. So everything would be processed remotely. We are back to that era, right? So in the 80s, you had mainframes. Now they call it the cloud. And so they want you to have a subscription. So I bought 2 stocks in the 90s. So I told my parents, hey, buy these 2 stocks when we had the dot-com crash. One of them was Oracle, one of them was Apple. Apple did far better than Oracle, right? But the reason I bought Oracle because I saw this clip. Larry Ellison pretty much called the future. The future was going to be like this as we experience it today. So we have returned to, yes, the mainframe model. So I bought Oracle stock because the CEO had a vision for the future. Just like I bought Apple. I bought Apple because Steve Jobs has a vision for the future. Now, Oracle didn't play it as well as other companies, okay? Even though Larry Ellison knew where the future was headed, he didn't play the cycles correctly. That's why Oracle isn't like a big name company as it should be. Even though Larry Ellison knew what the future was, he didn't take advantage of every step, right? He didn't make the GPUs to make the AI. He didn't do the memory chips. He didn't do anything. He bought Java. He bought Sun Microsystems. He did goofed off. He did databases, whatever. Even though he knew the future, he didn't exactly get it perfectly right. He didn't time it correctly. So that's why running a business and making a lot of money is hard, because it's worse than predicting the stock market. You actually have to run a company and predict the cycles. Yeah. Anyhow, so let me put up this thing here, and let's read this 4chan thing here, which is going off this tweet. AI borrowing is skyrocketing. Big tech firms issued a record $120 billion in corporate debt. And yesterday we talked about Oracle. Oracle is the big guy that's putting in a lot of debt to do this. In 2025, to fund AI-related investments, issuance surged 500% compared to 2024. This is also more than in the 4 preceding years combined. Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Oracle are now expected to issue 18% more debt in 2026, bringing the total to $142 billion. In one scenario, they could raise as much as $317 billion, a 164 year-over-year. Like AI debt is skyrocketing. There's your bubble, baby. There's your bubble. So when is it going to crash? I have no clue, but this is probably what's going to cause a 2007-2008 crisis, I'm guessing. Something's going to happen where this debt is going to be too hard to service. Our economy is going to go down. These guys can't pay their bond payments. People are going to freak out, panic, and crash the rest of the market. So this is where we are at. So watch out for this. It's all in the debt, baby. Watch the bond market. The bond market will tell you when to get out of the stock market. So that's it. We're done here. 1 hour, 58 minutes. Perfect timing. I'll see you guys tomorrow, I guess. I don't know what's going to happen. I guess AMD is going to go down. Is it going to drag the rest of the semiconductors down with it? We'll see. All right, later.